of Paris. And we have the King Louis XIV, who has decided to build this building just in the front of you. Les Invalides, the Invalides. Soldier in this building. We have a military hospital with 180 beds, where we have some soldiers on the right hand side. And look, the guy on the horse sculpted on the high side of the gate, that's Louis XIV. And Louis XIV didn't want to share his church with his soldiers, and we hope that's the right one. And he was buried in this church in 6 coffins. Don't ask me why, huh? Maybe one.
I've never been to Dubai, but
The Eiffel Tower did not please a lot of people when it was built. Even before the start of the construction, the neighbors made a process against Eiffel, but Eiffel was very confident on his construction. Don't forget, it's a bridge builder. When you see something with the Eiffel Tower on it, you have a little sense which goes in the pocket in the descendant of the Eiffel family. It's a beautiful Art Deco style construction. And we're going to climb up the hill of Chaillot, National Monument, coming in front of us. You can buy a ticket and climb the stairs to have a lovely view of the 12 avenues leading from the Arch of Triomphe. The second name for the Arch of Triomphe, it is the Star Square, Place de l'Étoile in French, because you've got that final end of the line 6, Charles de Gaulle Square. This roundabout, it is a nightmare for the new driver, because in fact that's the car coming. It's a very alive avenue with a lot of restaurants, shops, nightclubs, pubs, opens night and day. Shops are closing at 10 p.m. It's a very cosmopolitan avenue, very large sidewalk on left and right. Even fast food had to be very discreet, no big golden arches signs. Followed by the Petit Palais, Little Palace, which is a museum on your right. It is a moment to sing. Oh, Champs-Élysées, ta-da-ta-da. Oh, Champs-Élysées, ta-da-ta-da. Au soleil, sous la pluie, à midi ou à minuit, il y a tout ce que vous voulez aux Champs-Élysées. Big Concourse Square. We have passed by the bridge on the other hand. Now we are on the wide bank, but the President of the Republic later on refused the second one because he didn't know where to put it. So if you go to Luxor in Egypt, you will see the second one still standing up in the front of the main entrance of the temple. And if you are fluent in hieroglyphic, we have the name of Pharaoh Ramses II. This big square was opened by a king called Louis XV, and it was really the limit of Paris. The Champs-Élysées is a new avenue from the 19th century. And in the 18th century, the king had his statue right in the middle of the square. But you know, we had this French Revolution at the end of the 18th century, and we have destroyed the statue of the king, and instead we have put the guillotine machine during the years of the French Revolution. There is a mustard shop called Maille, but you're going to Burgundy, so you're going to see plenty of shops selling mustard. But try the mustard with your French fries, huh? Forget ketchup if you want to behave like French people. Huh? The black shop, Truffe, Maison de la Truffe, truffles. You know truffles? Exquisite, expensive mushrooms. Station, because it was painted by Claude Monet. On the left hand side, Saint-Lazare. It is the first train station of the 20 meters. And Napoleon III wanted a new entertainment place. You're going to see right now the Opera House. The Opera House, without attending any show, that's why people are lining up, because the building is going to open at 10 a.m. in the morning. It's just 10 to 10 now, so in 10 minutes it will be opened. There is no show of Paris. We are arriving at the end of the Avenue of Opera. Turn your head on the left hand side and you will see a secret entrance of a beautiful gardens on the left, under the columns. You have the gardens of the Royal Palace, very lovely area, very Parisian. On the left hand side you've got the Theatre of the French Comedy, and the work of the scaffolding is respecting the Constitution. Now an excellent driving test for Simon, our driver, passing through the arcade of the Louvre. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the Palace of the Louvre. The Louvre, which used to be the former military fortress of the kings of France, turned to a castle. We have destroyed a medieval castle to have a modern palace in the 16th century, and from the 16th century we have extension on extension of this place. And now it is a museum with the main entrance, with the pyramid and the fireman today. The red truck, somebody feels sick. The pyramid was inaugurated in 1980, the beautiful masterpiece of Leonardo da Vinci. She has already a big fan club, I prefer to warn you. Ça roule mal ou c'est un... Je veux pas aller très très loin, je veux juste aller à Notre-Dame et au Panthéon après et Luxembourg, c'est tout. The Romans from Rome City came, and they have started to build a stone city called Lutetia. After the collapse of the Romans, we had the construction of a castle for the King of France, the beginning of the kingdom. You can see on the right what we have kept from the castle of the king. Just cleaned recently, you can see 4 towers from the medieval time, and nowadays the building, it is the law court, and the part with the 4 towers, it is a prison. Used to be, sorry, it's a former prison turned to a museum where we have put the Queen Marie Antoinette during a couple of days, and you can see the cell of Marie Antoinette if you visit the building museum. Was started to be built not before the 11th and 12th century, when we had some monks. The column of the Bastille on your left hand side, doing a lot of works, and behind the trees the glass building, that's the Bastille Opera House, the new one. So we are now in the east of Paris, 180 feet of 8th, and look, the 3 gates decorated with statues to remind to the...
So he had this brilliant idea to create little replicas of the Eiffel Tower with the piston of iron not heat, and the structure of iron inside the statue.
Moulin. Red. Voilà. Rouge is red. And it's true that they had...